The office group chat was buzzing like crazy the moment the new CEO from headquarters stepped into the building. Colleagues couldn't stop gushing about his godlike looks, sharp jawline, piercing dark eyes, and legs that went on forever. Someone posted a magazine cover of him, and the whole chat exploded. I casually typed, "He looks pretty slim. Probably no abs." Famous last words. That night, exhausted from wrestling with a difficult client and dodging my mom's endless blind date texts, I dragged myself home. The second I opened the door, the scent of a full feast hit me. My mom had cooked enough for a holiday. Confused, I asked what the occasion was. She beamed and called out, "Old John, Chloe. Dinner's ready." I turned toward the living room and froze. There, standing behind my dad, was the new CEO in casual dark clothes. Damian Sterling. My boss. In my house. My mom chirped, "Silly girl, you've been working too hard. Don't even recognize your own boyfriend? She's mine. Every breath she takes belongs to me." Turns out the blind date she'd been pushing was none other than Damian, the boy next door from childhood, the son of her best friend. I'd sent her his photo as a joke to get her off my back, claiming he was my man and she'd be jealous if I kept dating around. I never thought she'd believe me, but she did. And now here he was, playing along perfectly, charming my parents with that deep, magnetic voice and polite smile while I sat there speechless, collecting every shocking detail. Dinner was torture and heaven at once. My parents adored him. Mom kept whispering that if I let this one go, I'd be disowned and could live under a bridge. Dad tested his character by getting him drunk. Damian passed with flying colors, passing out quietly without a single slip. Mom insisted he sleep in my room. "You've already touched his 8-pack, haven't you?" she teased. I wanted to die. After my parents left, I wiped his face with a warm towel, ready to sleep on the floor. Suddenly, his hand snapped around my wrist, yanking me down onto his hard chest. "Auntie says you love abs," he murmured, voice low and teasing, eyes half-lidded from the alcohol. "Want to touch mine, baby girl?" His shirt lifted just enough to reveal a sliver of sculpted perfection. My mouth went dry. I tried to play it cool. "Boss, we just met," but inside I was screaming for him to rip the whole thing off. He passed out before I got the full show. Desperate and shameless, I carefully lifted his shirt higher while he slept. 8 perfect ridges, golden skin, pure carved marble. I stared until guilt hit, then fixed his shirt and finally drifted off dreaming of running my hands over them. Morning came too fast. I woke sprawled across the bed, my arms wrapped around Damian. He was already awake, those dark eyes locked on me. I stammered excuses about sleepwalking. He just gave a cool humph and got up, clothes mercifully intact. Over breakfast, Mom gushed about future weddings while Damian promised to take good care of me. His gaze burned into mine. "I'll make sure Chloe never suffers a single grievance. She's mine to protect. Mine to ruin. Mine forever." On the drive to work in his sleek Maybach, I tried to explain the lie. He cut me off. "Chloe Knight, be my girlfriend." Just like that. He admitted his own mother hounded him with blind dates. He proposed a deal fake couple to keep parents happy. 100,000 a month. Contract and all. I signed faster than I'd ever signed anything in my life. Added him on WeChat, nicknamed him Baby. He didn't even flinch. 3 months flew by in his world of luxury. Private dinners in his Manhattan penthouse with floor-to-ceiling views of the city lights. Weekend escapes on his yacht docked in the Hamptons. Shopping sprees where he draped me in Cartier bracelets and Van Cleef necklaces, whispering "good girl" when I tried them on. He transferred the money every month without me lifting a finger. I felt guilty until the day I told him I wanted to quit. His reply was instant: "I disagree. For the rest of my life, I'll need you as my girlfriend." My heart stuttered. We started dating for real, to convince my mom. First stop an amusement park, just like she suggested. I wore a flirty little sundress. He picked me up in the Maybach, eyes darkening when I twirled. "You look perfect, little wife." His ears turned pink. We rode everything, screaming on roller coasters, my body pressed against his in the ghost house while I pretended to be terrified just to cling to his chest. He held me tight, lips brushing my ear, touch her and die. Photos looked ridiculously couple-y. That night, thunder roared. Mom begged him to stay. I shyly added, baby, it's not safe to drive. He smirked. Anything for you. Another night dreaming of those abs. Waking up wrapped around him again. Office gossip exploded. Someone saw me get out of his car. Rumors flew about the CEO's mystery girlfriend. Then there was Lily, the spoiled intern who threw herself at him and cried when he rejected her, claiming he'd loved one girl for over 10 years. My heart shattered. Of course, a billionaire CEO like Damian Sterling had a secret love. I pulled away, dodged his texts, took the bus instead of his car. That night he showed up at my parents' place after a week abroad. Private jet lag written all over him, yet he still looked devastating in a black suit. After my parents conveniently went for a walk, he cornered me on the couch. I tried to escape. He pulled me onto his lap, arms like steel. What did I do wrong, baby girl? His voice was gentle, but his grip screamed possessive husband. I blurted it out, tears threatening. You already have someone you've loved for over 10 years. Stop playing with me. He laughed low and dark. Chloe, would anyone be jealous of themselves? I blinked. The girl I've loved since we were kids is you. Flashbacks hit. The quiet boy next door with the mushroom haircut and thick glasses. The one who never left his room because of autism. The one I tossed a big white rabbit candy to from my balcony. He remembered everything. I never forgot you, he whispered, cupping my face. Be my real girlfriend, Chloe. Not for money. For me. Before I could answer, he kissed me, slow, claiming, tasting like candy and forever. Sweet enough? He murmured against my lips. I nodded, cheeks burning. Very sweet. From that night on, everything changed. Damian was relentless. Jealous when my college senior Sue Shung invited me to a concert. Damian showed up to dinner, toasting Sue with lethal charm while his hand gripped my thigh under the table. I swore I'd make Chloe the happiest woman alive. Sue backed off, convinced Damian was the real deal. Later, drunk again, Damian collapsed against me in the taxi, head on my lap. Was I a good boyfriend tonight? He mumbled. I smiled, stroking his hair. The best, baby. His lips curved in his sleep, utterly content. The fake contract became real love. He flew us to his Italian villa on the Amalfi Coast in his private jet, making love to me for the first time in a candlelit bedroom overlooking the sea. He pinned my wrists with one hand, tearing my silk dress with the other, growling mine as he punished me slowly with his mouth until I begged. In the marble bathroom, he pressed me against the wall, water cascading over us while he took me hard and deep. Another night, red ropes bound my wrists to the headboard in his secret red room in the penthouse, his belt snapping lightly against my skin before he rewarded his good girl with pleasure that left me trembling. Every touch screamed obsession. Every glance promised forever. He spoiled me endlessly. Diamonds from Cartier, sunrise breakfasts on the yacht, slow dances in his penthouse while the city sparkled below. When I got pregnant months later, he dropped to his knees, kissing my belly. Our heir, he whispered, eyes fierce with love. You're mine, little wife. And I'm never letting go. She's mine. Every breath, every moan, every heartbeat. Mine to love. Mine to ruin. Mine forever.